Hi everyone, it's Jed again. In my previous video I made a video about the Grinch. In this video I want to talk about something that's been on my mind. Why have they done another version of the Jungle Book? Like, I just recently watched it on Netflix and I just want to make a video about the two recent Jungle Book films that have come out. This one that I've got a picture of currently is the 2006 version of the Jungle Book back in 2016. It's the Disney version, and it's a live action version. Like, they've had plenty of live action versions and plenty of cartoon versions, not just by Disney, but all sorts of companies. It's a very famous, well-known tale from centuries ago, which is why so many people make videos of it. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the two recent versions I saw. When I was a kid, I used to be into the the old one, the Disney one. As a kid, the original one. I can't remember what year it was in, but I've watched various other animated Jungle Books, including the recent kids show that's on ABC. It's not the Disney one, but it's just another one because they milk it that much. But I don't think any company that does it as good as Disney. What I read was this recent one and the one on Netflix called Mowgli Legends of the Jungle was meant to be, it was done by Warner Brothers and it was meant to air in the cinemas, but then they dropped it to Netflix because it was too soon to make another one after we not long had this one back in 2016. This one I saw in 3D in the cinemas. I thought it was fantastic and I hope they make another one. It was based on the old one. It had the whole tale. I thought it was amazing, the effects. My favourite character has always been, a lot of characters might all love Baloo because he's more of a party animal, but I've always loved Mowgli and his relationship with the panther Bagheera. And given I got my black cat down here, if you can see him well, you might say he looks like a little panther. I didn't name him Bagheera, but instead I decided to name him Homer. I love his relationship, how he's always trying to get Mowgli. He's trying to do what's right, but Mowgli never listens to him. He wants to protect him from the tiger Shere Khan. And after he grew up and was raised by a pack of wolves, Bagheera offered to take him back to the village, which he didn't want to do, but they had to protect him from the tiger Shere Khan. I'll see if I can get a picture of what he looks like. I also love the good job they did with King Louie. I'll see. Oh, here's. Hold on, guys. You might not see it very well, but that's what the Shere Khan looks like. I love how good they designed him. And this is what this recent film was based on. The only thing they didn't have was the vultures and the girl that Mowgli falls in love with, who's in the second animated movie, that old Disney film that came out back in 2003 that I used to watch. This character, Shanti, they didn't include her in this because he meets her at the end of the first original one back years ago. And I'll see, Baloo is voiced by Bill Murray, who voiced Garfield. This is what he looked like, for those who haven't seen it. And I thought he was pretty good. Like, I think John Goodman does the best Baloo, but I think no one does it as good as Bill Murray. I really loved how he did it. And this is what King Louie looks like. Now, King Louie wasn't in the original book. They just made him up for Disney, the same with Shanti. Now, I'm going to show you this new one that's come out by Warner Brothers. Apparently, Warner Brothers wanted to make a Jungle Book film, but they didn't get, they decided to dump it to Netflix because I thought people must have found it too early to make another film based on the same thing. When I first watched this trailer earlier this year, I will admit that I literally thought this was going to be a sequel to that Jungle Book because I really think it deserves a sequel. And God, then I read that it's going to be like another version. I was like, fuck me, how many of these do we possibly need? But of course they make money. Now, this film, the Mowgli The Legend of the Jungle. Now, this is not a kid's Jungle Book. There's no songs, there's no singing, there's no dancing. This is saying for an adult audience only, and it's got a lot of dark themes. And the characters like Baloo and all them beloved characters aren't as nice in this version, I must not say. They're like really scary, these characters. Like, I'm not scary, but I love how they really made them look tough, rough and tough. Like Bagheera looks kind of like he's had a bit of crack injected into him. I'll show Baloo in a minute. Baloo was a lot more vicious and mean in this one, and boy, when I watched this Jungle Book, I thought Bagheera's a bit more tougher than Baloo. I thought, seeing how Baloo was in this one, I thought, if I'm Mowgli, I'll be Bagheera's mate and listen to him instead of Baloo, because he was really cruel. He was instructing all the wolves, and if they didn't do what he said, he'll belt them, and God, he was mean. And this is what they all looked like together, including the wolves. Shere Khan, he looked pretty scary like last time. Like, I thought it was the same movie, but now I found out it was by Warner Brothers. I was looking forward to seeing this, but then I was disappointed once I found out this wasn't airing in the theatres. I thought Shanti was going to be in this too. Oh, and this is what Mowgli looks like. He looks kind of more like a girl in this one, and they all have British accents. I'm not going to tell everyone too much that happens in it, because I know it will spoil it. So, and I also didn't mention that in this one and the other one, Car the snake was a girl. Like, I think Car, personally, is a lot more better as a girl. I'll give you a shot of both of them, because it's a girl name. I think is a lot more better. There is another cartoon Jungle Book that I'll show you in a minute, where Bagheera was actually a woman. I'll type it in. It's not not by Disney. It's a Russian cartoon. I'll type it in. Just bear with me. It's an old film. It's called. This is what this new one was based on. This new recent one, The Adventures of Mowgli. This is what they based it on, because it was the exact same. This is what. Except that in this cartoon it shows Mowgli aging, because in other ones he doesn't really age. Baloo and Bagheera were like the instructors of the wolves. This is what this one, the other one, has in common. And I don't know if in the book Bagheera is really meant to be female, or just someone that made this one wanted to make it different. But I prefer Car as female. And there's been plenty of other versions which I haven't watched, because I think only Disney does the best ones. I'll show you which one they should do now. This is another recent one that was only 2003. This is one of the cartoon ones. This is the Jungle Book 2. This one only came out like a lot of years ago. I watched this as a kid. This was the one where Baloo was voiced by John Goodman. It's about after Mowgli moved to the Jungle Book, and he found out that he didn't like living in the village, because I won't give away too much, but he found out that even though it was right not wanting to go to the village, because there's rules unlike in the jungle, but I won't tell the whole story. But I thought this was a good one, and I think if they were to do another one, I really think what they should do is do a sequel to this one, or maybe instead of that series they have on ABC, do a Disney Junior version called. It doesn't have to be a film, but maybe do like an after story, like just have Mowgli, Bagheera, and it had a good ending. So I'd see if I can. Hold on, bear with me. I'm gonna just type in ending. Fuck. there was an ending where I can't find the picture, so I'm just gonna just talk about it. There was an ending where after Shere Khan was defeated, Mowgli, Shanti, and his little brother Ranjan went to the jungle, and they meet him and Bagheera. And I think they should have done a TV series that takes place after Jungle Book 2. Shere Khan's not dead; he's still alive. And maybe have Kaa the snake, the vultures, the wolves again, because they weren't in the Jungle Book 2. And even maybe include Tabaki the hyena or Jackal, because he's also not in the Disney one, but he's a character that was actually in the book. Now, I'll show you what this Tabaki's Shere Khan's sidekick that's not in the Disney one. I can't spell his name, so I'm going to type what species he is. Oh, never mind. I think I found a picture. That's what he looks like. That's meant to be Shere Khan's sidekick. I think someone drew this just in case if he was to if he ever was to appear in the Disney one. Apparently, he's an outcast like Shere Khan. That's why they're mates in some Jungle Book adaptations. There's that many, and in the 2016, he's kind of like, I think this is where they got Scar from The Lion King. This is where he was based off. And what's another one that I should? Oh, here's what he looks like in this CGI TV series on ABC Kids. If anyone's watched this before, I've only seen it on telly. I don't really watch the kids ones, but I'm more into the adult ones. And I will also say, when I first watched The Jungle Book, I thought I used to get confused with Shere Khan and George of the Jungle. I'll show you just more pictures of the CGI one. This battle scene between Bagheera and the Shere Khan was actually in the 2016 version as well. And there's also Disney did a animated series called Jungle Cubs before, when I'll just wait for it to come up. That's the only cover I could find. It takes place when Baloo, Bagheera, Shere Khan, Kaa, and King Louie and the Elephant Hardy were only cubs before they went Mowgli, and they seemed to I only watched one episode, but they seemed like they were all a happy gang, just kind of like The Land Before Time and all of those shows. And then once they got to their adult years, they kind of all went their separate ways, except Baloo, who reunited with Bagheera anyway. And what's another one? I can't really show anymore. Now, oh jeez, I kind of lost what I was gonna say now. Anyway, what I might do now is I might end the video because I'm running out of words already, so I might make another one if I find something else or another film that I want to talk about. I might talk about it later. But I think this Netflix film Mowgli was very good. It's the best live action one and the 2016 one, and I recommend anyone to go and see it. I may, if you want, I might show you a scene. Bear with me. It's going to be a spoiler alert, so if you don't want to see this, I'll recommend you end it now.
When you were standing over him, I did what I did because I had to. Do you think I'm stupid? I saw what you did! He was on the lead! I trained that boy! Why did you have to do that? He had to fail! Why can't you see how much danger he's in? The pack would should have protected him. Khan will kill him and tear the pack apart. You are not the only one who cares about the boy. All you care about is that he passed. That's because it's my job.
Bagheera! Baloo, up here! Mowgli's been taken by the monkey people!
There's an albino wolf called Boot who tragically dies throughout the film, and yeah, I gave out a spoiler, but I found that there's this one kind of a touchy theme. Anyway, I'm going to end this video, and I might make another one if there's another film or something that I might talk about later. Anyway, goodbye.